Alright, so welcome to the third episode of Trails in the Sky. Last time, Cassius, our father, left on a business trip to the Airbonian Empire and left us with some jobs to do. We are here to do our first job, which is to a monster extermination on the Perzel farm. Now, in between episodes, I did a little bit of farming, not a lot. Got to level 7 for each character, and opened two slots on Joshua's Ordnance. Put an evade 1 on him and an attack 1 on him. Now we're going to go into the weapons store here and buy some weapons to increase our damage even more. Buy the pile rod and the kunai. We'll buy the armor a little bit later. We don't got a lot of money right now. And then we'll head on over to Perzel farm. And there's a few chests that I missed last time that we can grab over there. Aside from the monster chest, which we're not ready to grab yet. So we'll move on past through here. And then the next area where the Perzel farm is located, there's 3 chests we can grab. Okay, first one is down here. The chest is empty. Surprised? The next one is up here. The chest is empty. Haha, got you. And the last one's down in the left-hand corner. Or right hand. He saw me again. Let's go ahead and beat him up. Buying those weapons has helped me immensely.
That's that then. Let's move out.
The chest is empty. Shocked? Alright, and then here is Perzel Farm. I walked right into that one. Also, another thing I seem to have forgot to mention is in this particular entry of the series, the second up bonus increases with the more hits you have in the enemy. Later entries is just 1 step up, I believe, per attack on them. But in this game, it's per hit.
Alright! We rule!
This little rat thing. Yeah, here's the sign off the side of the road. Go ahead, take out that one on the right. Finish up here, and then we'll go get it. Then we'll go fight off that monster at the farm.
Alright, we're good to go.
Alright, moving right along. No matter when we come here, this place is always so tranquil. It's hard to imagine monsters running amok here. I certainly don't sense anything out of the ordinary either. Anyway, let's go ask someone here to fill us in on the details. I wonder if Tio's home today. It's Joshua. Did you come play with me? I wish I had the time, but I'm afraid today I'm here for work. Work? That's no fun if we can't play. Haha, maybe later if there's time. The kids here really like you, Joshua. Oh, Joshua, Estelle. Hi, Cher. How have you been? Do you know where your mom and dad are? They're not home right now. Tio's outside if you want to talk to her, though. Joshua, don't forget to play with me if there's time. For sure, okay? Gotta have this little barn thing here. Talk to Tio. Hi, Tio. It's been a while, hasn't it? Estelle? And Joshua, too? Did you guys come here for a visit? Not exactly. We're here on bracer business. We heard that you've been having some trouble with monsters. You finished all your training? That's wonderful news. Maybe you can help me after all. So, there really are monsters giving you trouble, huh? Regrettably, that's been the case for the past several days now. Thanks to which, I'm suffering from a lack of sleep. Which means the monsters only come out at night. You're very perceptive, Joshua. It'd be better if you got all the details from my father, though. I imagine he should be back from delivering the milk and vegetables any time now. Good afternoon, Mr. and Miss Perzel. How's everyone getting on these days? Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. What brings you to our neck of the woods? Did you come to see Tio? We were actually just chatting with her outside. To tell you the truth, we're here on an errand today from the Bracer Guild. Is that so? But don't you think this job's a little dangerous for just the two of you to handle? I agree. I'd feel terrible if one of you were to get hurt. Don't sweat it. We're bracers after all. And taking care of monsters is right up our alley. The guild has even authorized us to carry out this task. If you wouldn't mind leaving it to us, we'd be more than grateful. Well, alright then. Go ahead and have at it. Thank you very much, Mr. Perzel. Then could you tell us a little more about the monsters that have been wrecking your fields? I haven't been able to get a clear look at one yet, but they seem to resemble something like a chubby cat. As far as I can tell, 3 or 4 appear at night and raid our fields, gnawing on anything they can get their grubby little paws on. They don't seem threatening exactly, but they're extremely nimble. We've tried many times to capture them over the course of the last several nights, but to no avail. Sounds like a pretty strange bunch of creatures if you ask me. Since they only appear under the cover of night, we'll have to wait for it to get dark. And how about taking a load off until then? I assume you'll also be joining us for dinner, right? You said the magic word. You bet I will. I'm a huge fan of your cooking, Miss Perzel. I can't wait. You sure know how to please a woman who spends a lot of time toiling in the kitchen. And for that, I'll whip you up something special that'll live up to your expectations. Oh, that was delicious. Your mom's cooking is good as ever, Tio. That's because she gets excited to cook whenever we have guests over for meals. I feel really bad for Joshua, though. With the little ones jumping all over him like that. It's probably a good thing. Surprisingly enough, kids tend to latch onto him a lot. If anything, I'm more blown away by the fact that children enjoy playing with such a stick in the mud. I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, don't you think? Don't you? He's definitely courteous, and maybe, tad reserved, but if you get to know him, he's really a caring young man. The fact he's not self-conscious about it, too, gives him points in my book. You really think so? Think about it. With those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair, it's only natural that he'd be a target for all the young girls. Is Joshua really that popular? Are you blind, Estelle? Rumor has it that more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him. I hear he turned them all down, though. I had no idea. Joshua never said a word to me about it. I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this, but how utterly cruel of him not to confide in me. If you were a boy, I imagine it would have been a different story, but as a girl, I don't think that's something you'd want to talk to you about. And the fact that you haven't fallen for him yourself is beyond me. Huh? Why would I? Estelle, you're in there, aren't you? It's about time to do our rounds. Alright, I'm coming. I'll be back after Joshua and I get the job done, Tio. I'd like to continue this conversation then, okay? Oh, alright. Be careful out there, Estelle. That girl, she's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart, or just plain dense. Poor Joshua, he really has his work cut out for him. It seems as though the monsters always show up at about this time. We better get outside and take a look around. Grr. What's going on, Estelle? I've got to ask, Joshua, you don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about, do you? Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff? Since you came to live with us, we've always done everything together, right? Even though we've had our fair share of fights, they're all good memories for me now, and what I mean to say is, I've come to think of you as family in every sense of the word. Estelle. So if there's anything on your mind you'd like to talk about, I'm available to lend an ear. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot. What are you trying to say? Nothing. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to listen if you need someone to talk to. That's all. Let's hurry up and get out there so we can kick some monster butt. What kind of nonsense is Tio putting into that girl's head? Secrets, huh? Wow, it's really dark out here in the countryside. So, Joshua, how do you think we should go about making the rounds? Let's see. How about we start by checking around the house first, and then move on to the fields and stable, and greenhouse. We should be able to cover the entire farm by doing it this way. Alright, let's go. Right, there's a chance to get extra BP here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, in between episodes while I was farming, I happened to run into some, shining palms. There's an achievement for finding a shiny palm each chapter. I recorded the last half of the fight where I finished off the, remaining shining palm. If I can get that edited in, I will do that. If not, you'll just have to take my word for it, I guess. Alright. I should have figured monsters wouldn't bother coming in here. The glow of the ornaments can sure give this place a romantic ambiance. Makes me feel like it was all worthwhile just setting foot in here. You are definitely a ditz, Estelle. At least it's better than being dense like someone I know. It's awfully quiet. All I hear are the birds chirping. It doesn't look as if they've shown up yet. I wonder if they're aware of our presence. Hey Joshua, did anyone ever tell you that story as a kid? You know, the one about babies being born in cabbage patches? Now there's another question entirely out of the blue. And no, I was told about an angel with silver wings who delivers them. It's interesting. So the explanation for where babies come from differ depending on the region, huh? How about we get back to work? Okay. Over here. No monsters here. Alright, let's keep moving. Look. And there's the monster. It's getting away. Hey, get back here, you little furball. I can still sense its presence. It's staying put on the farm for the moment. Well, good, because this is about to get caught. Now, I'm gonna save here again. If we can sneak up on the monster, we can get extra BP. There's the little rodent. I got him. I think it's time to teach this critter a lesson. Here's where our job really starts, so stay alert. Don't let your guard down. Alright, we'll take out this crop muncher. Oh, they're stronger than I thought. Uh-oh. And he went and healed on me. Aw, crap. Well, that's not good. So that's how we're gonna do it, huh? Low class morale.
Come on.
Put strength up on both characters. See if we can take out the big guy with an S-break. Yep, took him out. And then we'll go ahead and just cast arts on both of them. That should finish them off.
All right. We rule.
My goodness, the work of a bracer is something else. You kids have done a fine job rounding up these critters. It was nothing really. I wanted to ask you though, now they've been caught, what do you plan on doing with them? Now that we've given these critters a good thrashing, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble. Estelle, how's that gonna benefit anyone if we show these creatures any mercy now? If we're here to do a job by exterminating the monsters, remember? But, in any case, we're here to do a job in Dad's place. If the same thing happens again, what will you have to say for yourself? I see what you're getting at, but... You know, it was only some vegetables that were damaged, so... What do you think about letting it slide this time? You know, if you're taking a beating like that, I'm sure they've learned their lesson. T.O., Miss Perzel... But in this case, I strongly suggest otherwise. I myself am against killing them too. Whether it's us or them, the fact of the matter is, we're all living beings trying to survive on the same land. To some degree, I think we need to be mindful of those creatures living around us as we go about our daily lives. I know you may disagree with me, Joshua, but would you mind sparing these critters just this once? Understood. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the actual loss, I won't object to your request. I'm really sorry about this, Joshua. I know I had you two come all the way up here. I'll make sure to reinforce the fence and devise a way to prevent this from happening again. Then that's that. Alright, you critters. You better count your blessings. If we catch you around here again, you won't be so lucky. Now scram! Well, I'll consider this matter closed. Tonight's been a long night, so how about we head back to the house and hit the sack? The two of you are more than welcome to spend the night. Sounds good to me. I appreciate your hospitality. Man, I'm beat. It's really late, so how about we hit the sack? Joshua? What's wrong? I'm sorry. I made the situation really awkward for everyone. Huh? Are you talking about what happened outside? Don't sweat it. I guarantee you nobody thought anything of it. Really, your judgment was the most sound of anyone's. No, it wasn't. I'm just cold-hearted and different is all. Even now, I still think we shouldn't have shown any mercy and simply put those creatures out of their misery. Unlike you and Tio, I don't feel any compassion. It's at times like this that I really begin to loathe myself. It's almost as if there's something wrong with me as a person. Maybe some part of my heart is broken or something. Joshua! Don't you dare say things like this about yourself. Estelle, I've watched almost everything you've done for the past 5 years, and I'm confident in saying that I know your strengths and weaknesses better than anyone else. Probably even more than yourself. I won't allow you to just disregard everything with a bunch of nonsense. I don't want to ever hear you say you're broken again. I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to say that. As long as you understand what I said, that's what really matters. But you know what? Believe it or not, I was happy to hear you admit how you felt. Why? Your real problem, Joshua, is that you always try to keep your feelings locked up inside. Whenever you're troubled or worried, you just go around with this nonchalant look and try to fix everything by yourself. That's a little upsetting for someone who's supposed to be your family. Estelle, Joshua, you were able to lay bare your own weakness today. You learned to trust in someone other than yourself. And for that, I'm happy. I don't know what your point is, but I'm amazed that you can just stand there and say something as embarrassing as that. Ha. I've got a whole lot more where that came from. But how about we call it a night? After all, this endless running around, I'm ready to drop. Alright then, have a good night, Estelle. And thanks. You're welcome, Joshua. Sleep tight. Thank you both. You did us all a great service. Once again, I apologize for things not turning out the way they should have. Please don't worry about it anymore. We were able to learn a lot from this experience ourselves. If there's anything else we can help you with in the future, please let the Bracer Guild know. That'll definitely be the first place we contact. Come and visit us again sometime when you're free, okay? We'd love to have you over for the night again when things are convenient for you. I'll treat you to some of my best cooking next time you come. Thanks for the invitation, Tio and Miss Perzel. We'll definitely be back to take you up on that when our workload settles down. Alright, how about we head back to the guild? After we report this one, we can start on the next. Sounds like a plan. On to the next one. Alright, I'll cut back to the guild. Alright, so I just finished healing down from the sewers. Major Klaus just came by here. He greeted me with such a big voice. The garden at the mayor's place is so well kept. I heard that the mayor even does it all by himself. Mayor Klaus was weeding around the clock tower earlier. Do mayors always have to do those kinds of jobs? That's his hobby. There are rumors that he really enjoys gardening too. I wonder if that's why he's called Old Man Klaus. Well, aren't you glad he's informal and accessible for everybody like that? Yes, and now that I've also hit the point where I can buy some armor increases. I went ahead and exchanged some Sepith for money for Mira. I'm gonna buy 2 of those armor vests, and I'll buy 2 of the spikes. And we'll go ahead and put those on both of our characters. Estelle. And then on Joshua. Alright. Now head to the guild and we'll report our side quests and quests. Good morning. How did the job at the farm go? We had a few bumps in the road, but let me give you a brief report off the details. I see. So you ended up setting the monsters free because of the Perzel family requested you to do so? I think it was premature on their part, but I won't pursue the matter any further. Is it okay to leave things at that? The mission of the Bracer is to protect civilians and uphold justice. However, there are many ways we can protect those around us, and there are as many forms of justice as there are stars in the heavens. As a Bracer, it is your job to be able to discern these things. Indeed, our work has a very profound implications if you think about it in that way. That's because we aren't an organization that deals strictly with monster problems. We also intervene when disputes arise between nations. To become a high-ranking Bracer, one must have more than combat strength. A well-honed mind and a flexible problem-solving skills are also required. A sharp mind and problem-solving ability, huh? Serious? The road to the big leagues sounds a lot steeper than I originally thought. Well then, your only choice is to devote yourself to work hard every day. And since you're both here, why don't I give you the details of your next job? Those are the words I've been waiting to hear. I'm ready for anything, so what have you got lined up for us this time? Another monster that needs a good whipping? Not this time. This next job will entail the transportation of goods. And get this, your client is none other than Mayor Klaus himself. Really? A request from the mayor? Do you think it'll be alright to leave such an important task up to us? From what I've heard, it's a pretty simple job. In any case, I'd like you to speak with the mayor directly about the job details. And there's some new side quests. Mushroom hunt. I'm looking for a rare mushroom that grows only where there are rich deposits of septum in the ground. Should be an easy, fun job. I'm looking for someone to replace a malfunctioning orbit light in a road lamp on the Milch Main Road. I'm searching for a flower known as a bear claw and a savory pinon. The former is native to the forest of Mistwald, south of Roland, and the latter comes from insect-like monsters. The soldiers stationed at the Vert Bridge are set to undergo special training. We're looking for a few good men or women to play the parts of enemy soldiers. Well, hey there. You two new bracers seem to be having some success lately. I've been hearing a lot about your hard work recently. Yeah, that's because we're still new at this, so we have to work extra hard. That's encouraging to hear. You guys actually came at a good time. I've got an urgent job that needs to be taken care of. Do you think that you'd be up to the task of replacing an orbit light and a road lamp along the Milch Main Road? You just leave it to us. If you're fine with us doing the job, then we'll gladly accept. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I completely forgot it needed to be replaced today. First off, I'll need to give you the replacement part. This is the replacement orbit? That's right. I want you to replace the orbit light and road lamp number 6 on the Milch Main Road to the west. It's the 6th road lamp they'll come across, counting from Roland's west entrance. Make sure you get the right one. I think I've got it. The 6th road lamp from the Roland's west entrance, right? Once you found the road lamp, you'll need to open the maintenance panel. You'll need a 6-digit combination to open it. Are you serious? Yep, the combination for the 6th road lamp is 544818. I'm sorry, but could you repeat that again? It's 544818. That's right. Good memory, Joshua. Show off. After the combination is entered, the panel will open, and after that, all that's left is to replace the orbit. It may seem like a simple task, but make sure not to mess it up. The road lamp may have been out of order for a while now. I see. The light of the ordnance keep the large monsters away, right? It's not much more than an unconscious dislike for them. But if they do go out, then we run into real problems. Which is why I'm asking you to do this job, just in case. These road lamps are placed just off the roads in areas where monsters are most likely to appear. Well, you just leave those monsters to me. I'll take care of them. But I'd better write down the combination before I forget. Then maybe you should let me deal with the combination instead. I'll leave it up to you two to divide up the work amongst yourselves. That should be everything you need to know, so good luck. If you need to double check or cancel the job, then come and talk with me. I see. I completely agree with your inspired words. The greater the light, the darker the shadow becomes. When one's soul is touched by blinding light, it becomes conscious of the darkness and embraces a contrite spirit, especially those who are tormented by the sins of their past. However, through this ordeal, one can understand the pain and suffering of others and reach a greater plane of insight. What is important for the individual is preparing for the future and deciding what one wants to do. Just listening to him makes my brain hurt. Father Divine's sermons are always difficult for me to understand. Very appropriate name, I see. I'll be teaching Sunday school from now on. I hope the children will listen to what I have to say. I'm blind. Where are they at? Oh, okay. That's the mayor's residence. We don't want to go there, otherwise some of the side quests would expire. There's a landing port. Homegrown girls are fine, but these chicks coming from the Royal City and Bows have that extra layer of polished beauty. Speaking of the Royal City, Queen Alicia's granddaughter, Princess Claudia, lives there. Rumor has it that she's quite the looker. I wonder if that's true. Darn bracers, how long do they intend to keep me waiting? If they don't hurry and get here, I'm gonna miss my flight. I should have expected as much from a rural backwater burg like this. Huh? Well, I'll be. That's the bracer emblem if I'm not mistaken. I've been waiting for you to show up. I have an urgent job, so do you have some time to hear my request? Sure, we got some time. Great, this really helps me out a lot. Alright, let me give you a rundown and explain the details of the job. Let me formally introduce myself. I am Orvid, a representative for Orvid Co. Ltd. I'm Estelle, and this is Joshua. It's nice to meet you. Estelle and Joshua, is it? The two of you are quite young, if I do say so myself. We're actually pretty new to this whole bracer thing. Greenhorns? Oh well, I guess you'll have to do. Never mind, I was just talking to myself. Alright, let's get down to business. Please excuse my lack of decorum, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. Sure. At the moment, I'm looking for a rare mushroom called the firefly fungus. It is said that it only grows in soil rich with septum. There are records of it being picked here in Roland, but no shops seem to carry it. However, it is a vital necessity that I get my hands on one, so I put in a request at the guild house. Soil rich with septum, huh? I can only think of the Malga Trail as a possible location. Do you know any other characteristics of these mushrooms? It seems that it normally grows in areas with patches of grass. However, since it's buried in the dirt, if you don't look closely, you won't find it. Geez, this one sounds like it's gonna be a pain. But once you dig it up, you'll know if it's firefly fungus or not. For one thing, it glows with a light green color. So that's why it's called a firefly fungus. Well, that makes sense. Alright, have I explained things clearly enough? Sorry. So basically, all we need to do is find a glowing mushroom in a patch of grass along the Malga Trail, right? Looks that way to me. Well, if they're really growing in the ground, we probably won't be able to find one so easily. If you run into any trouble, come back and speak with me again. I ask that you find one as soon as possible. Alright, sorry, I had to take a small break there. My throat was getting... I was getting all choked up there. Okay, so, first of all, we're gonna go ahead, head down to Mistwald to get the bear claw. To get to Mistwald, we gotta go down the Eliza Highway, which is where the Bright family house is. Actually, I believe there's a treasure chest somewhere on this road. Maybe it's not this one.
Alright, we're good to go.
Alright, and we're off again. I believe there's a treasure chest probably in the next highway. Or it might be up here. There's a treasure chest somewhere on the highway. I almost certainly remember that. Uh-oh. Well, that just happened. That's never good. Well, Josh will go ahead and take out the Mars Sparrow with a dual strike. And we'll have Estelle just cast an art. Should finish off the fight there.
Alright! We rule!
Alright. Go ahead and just fight this guy. Cast an art. We're a bit underleveled for Mistwald right now, but we're just gonna run through the forest and grab the bear claw.
Piece of cake!
Do it that so Joshua can heal some. Have Joshua take out the bug, and he missed. Great. Pieces away, Estelle can finish off the plant. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, that'll work. Go ahead and steal that crit from him. And that should end the fight.
Piece of cake!
And here's Mistwald. I'm gonna go ahead and run down here, see if there's anything. Alright, there isn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and save here at the gate, so just in case. This was the case I was saving in case of. Right. Okay, now that we're in Mistwald. We gotta keep going north. Hopefully we don't run into any monsters here, because if we run into any, we'll be in some serious trouble. Keep going north. So eventually we hit a crossroad. Come up here, go to the east. And there's the bear claw, I believe. Yep, here's the bear claw. And then we head on back out. Going directly south. We'll come back here later in the chapter. And now we're back to the Eliza Highway. And I'll skip back to when I get back to town. Or in case I find anything. Alright, so I'm back in town. I've just gone and healed. And now we're gonna go ahead and head up and get the mushroom hunt side quest. Back near where the bear claw was, there was a treasure chest that I missed. So we'll have to pick that up when we go back to Mistwald later on. The mushroom is up where the white bracelet was when I went and got that earlier in this playthrough. You would have seen that in the second episode. And it looks like Estelle's CP is almost up to 200.
Piece of cake.
Just run past some of these monsters. They don't give me a lot of Sapith or EXP at this point. And then we go to the right. Yep, there's the 200 CP. And you can see the little flaming logo to symbolize that it's really charged up. There we go.
All right, we're good to go.
He's gonna bully Joshua, I see. So we're still not strong enough to one-shot them with the magic. Should finish him off with one more attack, though. We'll have Joshua dual strike the flying kitten. Estelle always seems to be missed. Well, that's not good. Stop bullying Estelle, goddammit. Oh boy. Can't wait to get some more crafts later on, so I get a bit more utility here.
Piece of cake.
Let me run up here. And the mushroom is over here. Aha! What's with the sudden outburst? I found it. Now to claim our prize. Isn't that... You think so too? The place is growing, it seems about right. And it's got that soft green glow. This has gotta be that firefly fungus that what's-his-face was talking about. You mean Orvid, right? Yeah, that's who I meant. It doesn't look at all that tasty, but it sure is pretty for a mushroom. Almost like the glow of a septum, if you ask me. Septum? What's up, Joshua? I may be worrying too much, but I think you'd better put that in your mushroom in your bag quickly, Estelle. What the? Just like I figured. The mushroom attracts... Estelle, look out. The thunder of flying kittens have arrived. Right. Well, just go straight for the dual strike. And we'll wrap up this real quick fight. There's the evade quartz coming in clutch.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Now that was a surprise, I tell you. Did you put that thing away? Yep, it's all taken care of. The light emitted by raw septum has the power to attract monsters. This mushroom also seems to have the same effect. That sneaky merchant, he never mentioned a single thing about this. Anyway, let's hurry back to town. Right. Just wait till I get my hands on you, you conniving merchant. I'll cut when we get back to town. Alright, we're back in town. Now then, we're gonna go handle the orbment replacement and the soldier training. And after that, we'll report the quest to the guild, and then we'll move on. And probably end the episode. In the next episode, we'll go do with Major Colossus' request. I believe the orbment replacement is in the third area, next to the Verdant Gate. Or Vert Gate, yeah, that's it. Dude, it's somewhere in the third area. Is it this one back here? Alright, hang on. I'll find it. Give me a second. Alright, actually, it was in the second area. It's the last one in the second area. This is one of the side quests that can give us additional BP depending on our choices. I know you can let Joshua... Hang on. From what Freddy said, I think this is the road lamp. I'm fairly certain this is the right one too. It says road lamp number 6 on the panel as well. You're right, it does. Alrighty then, let's get to the work and finish this job. Unfortunately, it may not be that easy. What do you mean? Where'd all these monsters come from? It looks like the orbment really has burnt out. Anyway, one of us will need to fend off these monsters while the other replaces the orbment. Yeah, you're right. Well then. Now, this is one of the choices that can give you additional BP. I don't know if you can get additional BP if you let Joshua put in the code. But you will get additional BP if you put in the code. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Estelle put in the code and have Joshua fend them off. And then there's a little glitch. You can see that Joshua's in the bottom right corner of the screen. How about you handle them, Joshua? Do you really know how to replace one of these things? Come on, Joshua. How hard could it be? Even I can do something as simple as replacing an orbment. Says the girl glued her hand to her head once, but alright, if you say so. I'm counting on you, Estelle. Got it. So then first we'll have to have Joshua beat this fight by himself. First of all, let's clock up Joshua. Maybe not. Joshua might be tanky enough. It seems Joshua's tanky enough to not actually have to... This will be a pretty easy fight then. Those armor upgrades are really coming in handy, huh? Well, let's let Joshua wrap up this fight a bit faster. Once we start getting some area of effect attacks, this game will speed up the combat a bit. Since this is the case, I'm gonna use this to build up some CP for Joshua in preparation for the soldier training. Oh, well, there's some damage on Joshua. Not too much damage on Joshua. Hit the stronger one. That way we can finish this off. And with that, Joshua will finish the fight.
All right, we're good to go.
This gives Joshua a bit of EXP. Unbalancing Estelle and Joshua's EXP again. That takes care of the first wave. How's it coming, Estelle? I'm entering the combination for the maintenance panel right now. I'm pretty sure the code was... It was 544818. Okay, 544818. It's open. Sometimes I'm too smart for my own good. I'm okay here, Estelle. Just focus on fixing the lamp. Got it. Now for the orbment, which goes in like that, and Viola. Perfect. Good work, Estelle. All the monsters seem to have gone too. Whew. I'm pretty sure I got all stressed out over this job. Considering the circumstances, it seemed pretty reasonable to me. But the thing that surprises me the most is that you remember the combination. Do you want to know the truth? I accidentally just saw a jumble of numbers in my head, and the buttons I happened to press were the right ones. I should have figured as much. You're something else. Anyway, our job's done here. So let's just think about something else. I guess you're right. Alright, how about we head back to town? We'd better go to Porto Ferry. Alright, let's go. Actually, before we head back to town, we'll go head out and hit the soldier training. At Vert Gate. So all the way up here. That's loading. Don't load that save. Wouldn't want to have to do that fight again. I'm stuck standing here today, but travels are incredibly sparse. Man, I'm so bored. With all this free time, I've started trying to find shapes in the clouds as they pass by. Nothing back here. Well, if it isn't Estelle, and Joshua too. Hello, Mr. Ashton. It's been a while since we last met. Yes, it has. So, I've heard my boy Luke caused you a lot of trouble, did he? I'm absolutely ashamed as his father. I'm pretty sure it's normal for a boy his age to be naughty like that. I mean, even I ran around outside of town when I was young. Yeah, and you're supposed to be a girl. Haha, you're certainly full of energy as usual. I'd love to get you to share some of that vigor with my new recruits. I've been thinking recently about doing a simulated battle to whip my men into shape. So I put in a request to the guild for a few good men or women to play the part of enemy soldiers. I think the pair of you would be the perfect fit for the job. So how about it? Can you do this for me? Sure, we'll do it. We'll gladly accept. Thanks, I really appreciate this. Go ahead and take a break until the preparations are ready. If I don't have you in tip-top condition, then there's no point in doing the training. Then I'm ready for an afternoon nap. Alright then, we'll get ourselves ready. Sure, please do what you need to. These enemy soldiers can hit pretty hard, so we're gonna have to try and finish them off real quick. Alright, training begins now. Everyone advance 5 steps forward. Ready yourselves? I know I was bored before, but I know it's just training and all, but it still scares the living daylights out of me. This is training exercise, so please refrain from speaking. You all need to take this seriously as if this were a real battle. Estelle and Joshua, you don't need to hold back on my men. That was my intention from the beginning. We'll do as you request. Yikes! Forward. All right. These guys can actually hit pretty hard, so. As we're about to see. Can add up, so we're just gonna go ahead and S-craft him with Estelle.
Here I come!
As you can see, it was a pretty good chance to S-craft there. And we'll save CP for Joshua. And there's the blinds. Good thing I put a white bracelet on Joshua, so he'll be immune to it. As our main damage dealer, that's a good thing for him. And that'll finish off the fight.
All right, we're good to go.
Cease fighting. This training is over. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my goodness, it's finally over. Good job, everyone. Can I say pathetic? Are you guys really supposed to be soldiers? Hey, you be quiet. We're not all feral kids like you. How about you try and say that one more time? Knock it off, Scott. Training's over. You seriously need to cool down too, Estelle. I hate sore losers. Private Scott, Private Harold. I think what Estelle said just a moment ago is how the civilians of this region really feel. Do you really have what it takes to protect them? And it seems as though the both of you need to take another look in the mirror. Yes, sir. Very good. Do not forget what you learned today, and strive to fulfill your duties. Estelle and Joshua, thanks for your hard work today. Thanks to you, I think my soldiers have gotten the wake-up call they needed. There's no need to thank us. It's us who should be thanking you. This was excellent training. I agree. This was a good learning experience. Haha. If you think so, then you're set for life, bracers. Though our positions may be different, we're both here to serve the public. Although I can't do much else, I'll pray for your success for the both of you. Sure, and thanks again. Take care of yourself. I will, and I hope to be seeing you again sometime. Though our positions may be different, we're both here to serve the public. You already said that. Okay. So I'll go ahead and just cut back to when we get back to town. Actually, I've ran into a shining palm out here, so we're gonna go ahead and attack that. As you can see, they're a bit stronger than what we can handle. They're also real hard to hit. Worst case scenario, they run away when they get to their turn, but I should be able to take out just one.
Let's do this!
Go ahead and take out this one. This should take it out, actually. Unfortunately, it won't. That's very unfortunate. And a waste of CP. Of course, he'll run off over there. Well. That was real unfortunate. We don't have the CP to take him out.
Piece of cake.
Well, unfortunately, that's the case, but I already took out one, so... earlier. They give about 100 EXP. At least in this chapter. I think it scales up in later chapters, maybe. Anyway, we'll go report all of our quests, and then we'll turn in the side quests, and then we'll, end the episode there. Alright, minor cut there. So we come up here and we talk to Father Divine. Well, if it isn't Estelle. You seem to be in a cheerful mood as usual. Here you are. These are for you, These are for you, Father Divine. This is the bear claw and savory peanut you are looking for. Please use them as medical ingredients. You requested these at the guild, right? That's right, I did put in a request. I'm just surprised that you went to all the trouble to do this for me. Weren't you hurt trying to gather these? Nope, we were totally fine. I mean, we were fine. Well, maybe minus the totally part. I'm worried about your attitude, Estelle. Why? There's nothing to be worried about. I know I've told you this before. It's certainly a joyous occasion when everything goes well. However, it is at these times when we should gird up our loins for the trials that lie ahead. Okay. I'll be more careful from now on. Since I seem to have a bit of spare time, how about I take this opportunity to give you a special sermon? No, anything but that. I'm sorry, Father, but we've really got to get going. You've still got work left to do, right, Joshua? Why do you have to bring me into this? Please excuse us, Father, but we have to get back to the guild. That's too bad. However, since it has to do with your job, I must respect your position. Thank you for all your hard work, Estelle and Joshua. I pray that the goddess will always be with you. Head over to the airport. What's that, you say? You found the mushroom? Yep, we found it all right. Oh, wonderful. But it might be different than the one we heard about from you. You see, this mushroom attracts monsters. Well, it's like this. So even though you knew the risk, you hired us for the job, Orvid? What? How was I supposed to know something like that? And besides, a bracer's job is to deal with danger, right? Well, a little heads up would have been nice, so we could have at least been prepared. Never mind us. The big question here is your motive. What do you intend to use this mushroom for? Yeah, this thing could be a weapon. Fess up. You had some big nefarious plan in mind, right? A nefarious mushroom plan. What? Isn't it obvious what I'm gonna use it for? For cooking, of course. What? Cooking? Are you trying to tell me that people actually eat this? This is why it's such a pain to deal with country bumpkins. In the hands of a skilled chef, the more distinct the ingredient, the more profound the taste. And from that perspective, the firefly fungus is the king of them all. This is, no doubt, the ultimate ingredient. So, pretty much what you're saying is that it's for people with bizarre eating habits. That's the talk of one unacquainted with a true delicacy. But then again, commoners such as yourself would never have an opportunity to try such dishes. And praise be to the heaven for that. I'd never want to gnaw on a ratty green mushroom like that. Agreed. Looks pretty nasty. Anyway, I have other business preparations to make. Now, if you don't mind, I'd ask that you hand over the mushroom and leave. Yeah, please take it. On behalf of this mushroom, I shall turn a blind eye to your ignorance. And as promised, I will pay you, so be grateful to your client. Nobody's gonna buy that mushroom, I hope you know. Come on, Joshua, let's go. Please excuse us, we'll be going now. Yes, please do. And then we'll head over to the orbit factory. And after that, we'll do one last thing, and then we'll end the episode. We're back, Freddy. Oh, hi, Estelle. From the look on your face, it seems like you finished the job. Yep, and we did a fine job too, although we did have a few hang-ups. We thought we'd report to you as a matter of good measure. So it really was burnout, huh? I'm sure it happened because we were late replacing it. Sorry, kids, you were put in harm's way because of me. There's no need to apologize. It comes with the territory. Dealing with dangerous jobs is part of a bracer's work. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, I know. How about I give you this to make amends? This is a quartz? Yeah, it's an impede 2 quartz. It can prevent an enemy's arts. It can be pretty useful if you use it effectively. Thanks. We appreciate it. No, thank you to the both of you today. If you need to discuss anything about ornaments, then stop by anytime. Don't forget to swing by if you have any other business needs. Now that we've got the impede 2 quartz, after we report here, we'll go do something else and end the episode. And we've ranked up to Junior Bracer 8th class, and we've received an information quartz. Good work. It seems like you've completed your objective without any trouble. If you finish any other jobs, please come back and report again. Alright, small little cut. Alright, so I've gone ahead and reconfigured Estelle's orbment. So now that we've got an impede 2 and invade 1 on here, which adds up to giving us 4 wind in this lane here, and it unlocks aerial for us, which is an AoE attack that we can use to help clear this chest over here better. In the which episode was it? I believe it was the second episode, actually. I fought this chest and failed at beating it, so we'll go ahead and finish it off now. We got Estelle cast aerial. And we'll have Joshua clock up Estelle. we got real lucky. Because Estelle was sitting on a Sepith up. When this aerial hits, we're gonna get a whole bunch of Sepith off these 5 enemies we hit. You can see how they're just spamming Sepith. I'll have Joshua go over here and hit this guy. Unfortunately, go a few more rounds. Finish off 2 enemies. We're gonna suffer some big damage here, but cast another aerial. And then that fight will be about wrapped up. And that'll finish the fight.
Alright! We rule!
Get a whole bunch of Sepith. You open the empty chest and stare inside. The chest stares back accusingly. Alright. So, that'll be the end of the 3rd episode of Trails in the Sky. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then like and subscribe, and post your comments and post your thoughts in the comments. Alright, see you guys.